everybody hear me okay? What's up, Cashew and Shelly? And what's up, Malaya and Marjorie and Olivia? Hey, Andrew. Thank you. In the blue font. Hey, Fred. Thank you for moderating, friends. Hey, Peter. What's up? Siobhan, Marjorie, Holly. Enrealment. Enrealment is here. Simone, Marjorie. Happy sunshine. Nice. Yes. Vancouver is sunny today. Oh my God. Look at this. Well, you can't. You kind of see the reflection off the boats, but in the late afternoon vibes, dog days of summer. You're welcome, Peter. Nice to see you. Hey, from Chicago. What's up, Stephanie? Apologies if I missed some of the hellos. They go by pretty quick here. Nice, 1 a.m. in the UK. Shelley, I'll try to get to it quick. Yeah, it was sunny. It was rainy here for a while, and then it suddenly got nice. At 29 degrees in Eastern Ontario. Yeah, I got some photos from my parents sent me some of Ontario right now. Just gold, all the golden leaves. I mean, this is the nicest time to be in Ontario. But it's pretty freaking nice here too. Okay, so if you've never been to the Do Nothing Project, this is it. Some words of hello, and various people in the community type in their hellos, and many also just hanging out without typing, and a great many listening to it later. So hello, everyone watching it after the fact. I appreciate you, and I kind of always, when I guide, I always, how do I explain this? I imagine it like that we're all gathered here together in this moment, doing a practice that's about the moment. And in my imagination, I let it kind of radiate out so that everyone who's doing it, I imagine, doing it in different time zones and in different moments. I don't know. I just imagine them being part of it, because they are just temporally separated. So anyway, this is what we do, and we've been doing it for many years. And if you've never been before, very good. Like to say, good to keep the expectations low. Nothing will happen. You can set your expectations to zero, and that way, set it to a very low bar. That way, if we limbo underneath the bar, everyone will be happy. But we don't have to exceed that. Yeah, totally. Asynchronous meditation. Chris, maybe that should be the name of this episode of the Do Nothing Project, asynchronous meditation. In fact, I'm going to weave that into our nothing practice somehow. Um, uh, so I'm Jeff Warren, and we've got Andrew and Fred. They're in the blue font. They moderate, and so putting in links sometimes and different things. And the whole idea is just to do a 25-minute meditation together, but you can do it your way. Whatever. I mean, if you read my post today about the two streams, the way I think of it is, I'm not going to go into that whole thing again. You could read the post, but I think of meditation as being aligned with that second, deeper stream of just sort of life just happening. And so, whatever gets you in the frame of mind of being able to be an appreciative part of life just happening. Meaning you're not trying to create any inner bulwarks with your own internal agenda or your own drivenness or fixation. Not that those don't have a place in the larger arc of our lives, they certainly do. So we don't make enemies of them. But this is sort of like our time to practice Taoism, to kind of practice the way of being in flow with the Tao, with the unfolding sounds and sensations and sights, and what can we do to kind of align ourselves along that much bigger grain. And so that's going to look different for different people, and there are been many endless approaches to this in contemplative traditions over, you know, millennia. But for myself, it looks like um, first kind of noticing where I'm at. I sort of basically guide myself through that process. Like first, sort of noticing what where my own agenda might be continuing to exert momentum, which is normal, and kind of disembedding a little bit from that. And then it's almost like I have to do that the whole time because in ever subtler ways, I see that I'm still trying to control things or manage things or be a good meditator or make this happen in the practice. Even when you're getting, so even when you're getting down to nothing, you're still not really doing nothing. You know, there's always a little bit of something. So I just see how much I can kind of shave that off, shave that off, shave that off until, and why do that? Um, well, at this point, it's just become enjoyable. But it's the best way I know to reset myself, align myself with what's actually happening, to be available to what's happening, and when I'm available to that versus just the dictates of my own compulsions and desires, I'm just happier. And there's a lot more you could say about that. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. Good to see everyone. Hey, Catherine. Hey, Mitch, Colette. Um, let's do an asynchronous practice. Us and all the people afterwards coming together in this very moment. So 6:50. Okay, 7 minutes in. We're 7 minutes in, so we'll do 25 minutes. Here's our bell. So this will finish at 32 minutes in. Hello from Oregon. Hello, Annie. Do a three-parter. You're gonna have to have equanimity with the background random motor in my environment. Someone's doing something with a boat. Boaters use motors. Boaters use motors. That's my observation of the day. Many kinds of motors. So you actually can turn the volume down if you need it. All right, so you can get yourself organized, however you want to be physically. Sure, the body's as much as possible pretty relaxed, and I need to try to maintain some sort of challenging position. Any tension in the body ends up just being tension in the mind. So we can do a little body scan at the start where as you breathe in and then as you breathe out, kind of like this letting go and softening the lower lines of the forehead and loosening the jaw, the shoulders, kind of the arriving out breath, arriving in your seat and in your body in this moment, this one right here. And that's where we take our stand, right? The cutting edge of now. And what's interesting is the mind it'll right away move away from it. It'll catch on a previous thing that happened, and then so like the moment's moving on, but meanwhile you're back there. You're still, you know, you're in the past, or it'll try to anticipate what's coming. But what about taking a stand right here? My metaphor for it is like it's like the stream of time is moving forward, and imagine that you're like see the stream in the woods, and you take this empty. You happen to have an empty picture frame, as one does with you, and you just sort of put the picture frame down in the creek, and there's no picture in there, just the river flowing through it. It's always changing, and think of your awareness as that picture frame. Sense of your peripheral awareness, visual, what's on the periphery, the whole knowing of this moment is just sitting very still, and it's letting the moment pass through. And when we do this, when we, in a sense, calibrate to the moment, first it's sort of this, it's like we're almost separate from it, we're just watching it. But we're doing this in the service of ultimately becoming more truly synchronized with it, truly connected to it, intimate with it, inseparable from it. Because that stream is us. It's our breath, it's our little sensations, it's our thoughts, it's sound, it's sights, the leaves moving in the wind. It's the activity of life. And awareness is made of that, but also knows that. It's almost like it lives in a different kind of time. So lots of words, just let them all go and be. Hmm. Sounds beginning and ending. How completely smooth can you be around that? Also, the sounds in your environment, not bracing, not catching, not being redirected. It's like you're transparent. You're just going right through. Porous. In a way, it is asynchronous. It's the same. It's the same empty awareness wherever it's located. Not really in time, although the time passing through will be different. The knowing of it, no different. One knowing. And notice the mind will drift into its own stream. Something will tweak a recollection or a thought, and off will go. That happens, you just notice and come back here, taking a stand in the present sensory configuration, the sensations, these sounds, these sensations, these sights. You can just be open-ended about this, or you can have a home base you're staying connected to. Whether that's a internal mantra, an external sound, sensation of the breath, tingles in the fingers, whatever appeals. You get so kind of quiet or still. It's like you're feeling this thrum of just being, however you experience that. Like at the most base, subtlest, quietest part of experience, but something still detectable. What is it that is detected? From drumbeat to heartbeat. Okay, the last few minutes, we usually do some sort of mini gratitude practice or appreciation practice or compassion practice, loving kindness, anything that kind of how you want to, a note you want to go out on. I thought just for fun we could do some sort of asynchronous appreciation. So everyone who's practicing right now in this very moment, sending a wave of appreciation for those who will be listening later, maybe tomorrow or the next day or later in the week, our comrades, our peers, our fellow practitioners devoted to this strange practice of nothing. Sending a wave forward, and for those listening to it later, sending a wave of appreciation backwards in time to all of us here now. And we can just spread that out into a kind of appreciation for whatever you want to appreciate, past, future. So funny to do that. Normally we do an appreciation for what's happening in the now, that sound, that sensation, this body, but here we're letting ourselves move up and down that stream of time. And that's, I guess that's kind of how ancestor practice works in some ways. Sending appreciation back down the stream that your, parents and grandparents and great-grandparents, connecting to that lineage. And then forward in time, just those human branches that continue the 7 generations down. Your kids or your neighbor's kids, or kids being born right now, and everywhere. Indonesia, Russia, Qatar, Chile, Belize, the generations will just continue, hopefully. May you be well. May you be safe. May you make good decisions. May practice be part of your life in some way. May all of us be that way. Okay, friends. Another rousing edition of Not Doing Anything. Good to hang out with you. Humanity's bow. Welcome, Emily, Paul. Nice. Thanks, Malaya. Julie. Yep, Joss will be, they will be your guide on Monday night. Highly recommend it. Joss is a very smart and cool human being. And really excited to have them as part of our CEC community. So check in with them if you've never experienced their guidance, their neurodivergent realism, and sensitive intelligence. Marjorie, good to see you. Randy, Peter, The amazing Schaefers have made it again. Stephanie, Olivia, Peter. Thanks, Peter. Me too. Paul, Colette. Hey, Tamar. Nice to see your name. Love your art. I checked out your website today. Yep, a mega party coming up, Elaine. And I just announced a retreat for neurodivergent folks. It's in my Substack. There's a link you can click on if you're interested and get on the list because it's going to probably fill up super fast. It's going to be next July. Just testing out this sort of new format. I don't really know. It's going to be cool. Then, are you talking meditation party, 100 plus in a room? And meditation parties. Yeah, we're 100 plus in a room. I know what you mean, metaphorically. Brian, Siobhan. Yep. Wednesday, Brooke will be filling in for Andrew's normal sit. So Andrew's got a link for that. Thanks, Andrew. Mao, nice to see you. Paul, always reminding with the thumbs up. Appreciate it, buddy. I don't know what that accomplishes, really. I just bailed out of the YouTube algorithms. But can't hurt, I guess. Trisha, Matt. Is meditation party going to be hybrid this time? I don't know. But the neurodivergent one, that's a good question. Really interesting question because it's going to be a lot of sharing and other practices. And I don't know. I don't think this first one will have a virtual component, but I think it will in the future. Nice, Brooke. Brooke says, grateful for all the teachers and meditators from all the traditions of the past thousands of years that kept us going so they could find us and keep going through us. Can't say it any better than that. Thanks, Candace. I do feel happy here. Okay. Gotta go to dinner. Oh, yeah, Kim, your art was perfect for it. It was perfect. Check out Tamar's art, too. It was so perfect, Kim. Thank you for that. I think we forgot to put it on there at first, but then it's on there now. Yeah. Yeah, okay, Mega doesn't this time. Sorry, Sheila. I don't know why they made that decision. Oh, Shelly, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. It's good to have a good cry. Well, send out a pulse of appreciation for that little spirit. Okay, friends. Shelley, definitely. We'll be in our thoughts. See you next week.